I'm going to accept your help.
That's my problem. I couldn't.
Exactly.
I couldn't.
It's tough for me to.
Because I'm pridful.
I just asked my stepdad for I don't ask my family for favors. The only thing I ask my mom is advice.
Yep.
I don't ask for anything else other than advice. Mom, I don't know what to do in this. Just talk me through this.
Advice is priceless, though.
Advice is priceless, but I don't ask for favors or anything. I've never
No.
asked for money. It's just not who I am because I've been able to handle a lot of things myself. But I had to ask my stepdad for help the other day because my car needed a jump in the parking lot of Walmart, and it's freezing cold outside, and I feel extremely uncomfortable asking strangers
really
for help.
Oh, I've done that.
I'm so because it's also freezing. It's 6 degrees outside.
Yep, I did that at George's Kitchen one time. I asked George himself, the owner of the company. I was like, "Can you jump my car?"
I tried going in and asked the officer inside, but they're not allowed because and I get that. I'm but that's the only person I felt comfortable enough to ask. Because I don't want to go around.
Safe.
Yeah, I don't want to go around harassing people in a parking lot. Because what if they're busy? I don't want to be that guy. I just feel super. So I called my mom. They'll pick up. She's probably asleep by that time. It was a little late. I called my stepdad. He picks up. I was like, "Yo, can I ask for a favor? I need a jump." And it's so hard for me to do stuff like that. But that's I can depend on him. He's like, yeah, give me a few minutes. I'm on my way.
That's kind of dope.
So he shows up. And he's like, "Yo, Nazi, you never ever ask me for favors." So I'm gonna show up regardless, but you never ask me. And the one time you do, it's 6 degrees outside. It's cracking on me.
He's like, "You didn't get your battery looked at before it was cold?" Oh, that's awesome. Welcome back to Now We're Dads.
NWD.
This is episode, golly, is it 36? 20?
No, 37.
Okay, you're here with, of course, me, the co-host, Steven, and the main host.
Nazareth from Now We're Dads.
From Now We're Dads.
I don't know how to introduce.
I've actually been talked to multiple times. This is the first time I've posted it on my social media just because I just never post on social media. We actually got a lot of feedback, a lot of people that would like to come on, so I told them to hit them up, hit you up, and talk to you.
We're going to get into today's episode.
Yes, today's episode.
First off, I'd like to start. I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
What's up with your eye, bro?
Oh, my God. This is not from any type of extra school activities.
Is she hitting you again?
This ain't no fighting. The only fight was me and 2 Chainz. Not 2 Chainz the rapper, but actual 2 Chainz.
Called him out.
No, not the rapper 2 Chainz. Not that popular.
He whooped your ass.
He don't play. No, I'm just kidding. It was just at work. I forgot I had 2 sets of chains, so I grabbed the ends and went to throw it over my shoulder. I had the second set came up and hit me right square in the eye, and also hit me in the lip. But you can't really see the lip. The eye one, that's pretty noticeable, dude.
If blink twice if you're in danger.
Just kidding. No, but that's what it is.
Okay, today we're talking about lessons.
Lessons.
Perfect transition.
On lessons.
So no, today we're talking about lessons that we were given as children.
Yep.
That we carry with us all the way to adulthoods from our parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles, and lessons that we are hoping to instill into our children.
And then maybe lessons even that we were told that we didn't take serious at the time, even if it's something small, that we wish we did take more serious.
Yeah.
But today we're going to have you start it off. Let's first talk about the lessons that you were taught that you want to carry with you and keep carrying them on, because it was just a great lesson that obtained to you specifically.
I think the biggest lesson that I was taught as a child is a family unit.
Okay.
The importance of it all. And I'm not saying it's super traditional. Family is family regardless. It doesn't have to be man, wife, kids, and then that's your unit. Extended family also is very much included in that, and sometimes relationships end and family is still just everyone comes together for the sake of their kid. And that's what the biggest thing my mom taught me is the family unit and putting everything aside for the facilitating growth of your kid. My mom and my dad split up when I was 4 years old, And a lot of times they were co-parenting, but it wasn't always the easiest. And my dad cheated on my mom, so it's hard. Like, woman has that kind of,
That feeling is still there. It
it's hurt,
hurts.
it's
Oh, it's
pain,
pure,
it's a
pure hurt. I
betrayal,
feel that.
and it's tough for her to kind of overcome something like that. But more importantly than ever, she also understood that my father was very much involved in my life and didn't play any games with him. She put her feelings aside, which is so incredibly tough to do. Because some people, it's hard for me to forgive.
Oh yeah.
Like some people, you're like,
Especially when you gotta look at them.
yeah, you like, it's on site.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Oh, it's
But
frustrating.
when you have kids with them, that same person that you want to punch in the face every day, and luckily, luckily that's not my scenario. Even though me and my daughter's mom split up,
You're far from that.
yeah, far from that. Only occasionally.
Cut. No. Just kidding.
But no, it's not to that level.
I'm cutting for your safety.
It's not to that level, but
No.
like I couldn't imagine that, like
Driving to that house.
getting to that point of taking me to the next girl's house to drop me off
Oh.
for like to hang out with my dad, and that type of embarrassment she must feel, that type of betrayal she must feel, but putting all of that aside,
And doing what is right.
what's best for me, because without her sacrificing a lot of her energy, I wouldn't have had the memories I have with my dad.
That's awesome.
So like, as much as like I do love my dad, and as much as like my mom instilled that within me, that regardless of what's going on in your personal life, none of that matters when it comes to this kid. If you guys had this kid, especially, my daughter wasn't an accident. My daughter was planned.
100%.
We sat down and we decided to have her. If I'm not willing to put any of my feelings aside to facilitate her growth,
And what are we doing?
what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we really
What are
doing?
we even doing at that
Yeah,
point?
this is like the whole point of this. And honestly, it's not even like when I put things aside to facilitate, I don't even feel bad about it. I'm proud to do that.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if I'm like missing out on certain events. If it's for my daughter. Now, if I miss certain things because of work, that irritates
That's
me.
a different story.
I'd be angry.
That's a different
God, I hate this
story.
place.
God, why am I here?
I want to go to that concert, but I have to work.
Yeah, to work. Why am I even here? I don't even like this place.
I hate it here.
I don't even like this place.
And the people suck. No,
No, that's our audience.
that's a big part of our audience.
That's a big one. Dude, they're going to start nicknaming us Hollywood if we keep getting bigger.
He thinks he's too good for us now.
Oh, man.
No, but more sincerely, no, I don't mind missing anything from my daughter. It don't matter. I got to take her to the hospital at midnight, and I'm not going to get any sleep tonight. Okay. Not even. I don't know. I'm never even pressed about it. Bring a headphone. I'm gonna zone out and just do whatever I got to do.
I still suck at that just because I know I have to wake up.
That's gonna suck. You're
yeah.
gonna be tired the next day, but I don't ever I don't ever regret it.
Oh, okay.
I'm never feeling any type of way about it. Of course, I'm gonna be tired. I'm not just gonna be magically be like, no, I got tons of energy.
No.
No, I'm gonna be tired. But if it's for my kid, I'm gonna show up. And so that's was kind of the lessons that was instilled in me. And there's a lot more to the story that like I may not get into, but like my mom really sacrificed a lot of herself for not just me, but also for my brother, so that we can have relationships with our fathers families, other members of our family. She sacrificed her pride and well-being to put us get us out of the town that we were living in to bring us here.
Yeah, because you were out in Lorraine, right?
Yeah, and I'll talk about that because this is like probably, there's two people that made a decision a long time ago that really set me up for success now, right? And that is my mom and my grandma. All right, and my grandma is my stepdad's mom, right? And
is that the one that you go over their house?
Yes,
her house?
yes. I have other my grandma Evelyn, of course, God bless, R.I.P. But she passed when I was like 9-10 years old and stuff. So like, but my grandma Cindy, she is a decision that they made a long time ago, and this is like core to my beliefs of what you do for your kids, and this is why I admire my mom so much. So I'll go into this story, right? We used to live across the street from my grandma Evelyn, right?
Okay.
Right across the street, right? And when she passed, we still lived across the street. So my mom would walk outside every day gonna go to work and just look across, and
Be heartbroken.
that is devastating.
Yeah.
Devastating, right?
100.
And at that time, I'm like 11 by this time this is like going on, right? 10, 11, right? And I don't know the exact, I think I know most of the circumstances, but my grandma offered her son, my stepdad, my mom, and her 2 kids to leave that home in Lorain, Ohio, to come to Cleveland because there's more opportunity out here. And we talk crap about Cleveland a lot because we're from here and stuff, but like
I'd still
compared
rather
to
be in Cleveland than any suburbs or outer.
a lot of suburbs
reeds.
around, like half hour away, it's like there's some places that are not really the best,
Yeah.
and they're not like the most unsafe place, but it's just like there's nothing going on
Yeah.
there. It's just a ghost town.
There's a cap.
There's a cap of where you can reach
Yeah.
in a town like that.
Mm-hmm. And that sucks. Because
And so there's
it's
just
what is that called? A glass ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Where you can't really, you can't see it, but you hit it.
you're there, yeah. So there was a hard cap of what we could potentially achieve out there, and the reason why it's so tough for my mom was, and I don't know her thoughts on this and why it was tough for her, but she originally declined, right? Because it all makes sense now as an adult, like because we ended up doing it, of course, but I can I'm trying to put myself in my mom's shoes. That at that time, my mom was raising me and my brother multiple times by herself. You know, she's been on her own for most of her life. She didn't have parental figures in her life because her parents weren't really around. They were on drugs. And so my mom was raised by her grandmother. And so like from a young age, she's had to be very independent.
Wow.
You know, and had to do a lot for
your mom
herself.
more and
Yeah,
more. Every
she's
time.
got this toughness
Every
about
time.
it. And a lot of people in my family do, you know, but you know, obviously I know most about my mom's struggles, of course.
Yeah.
And so she had to do a lot on her own. And you know, when she gave birth to me, she was alone in the hospital for like a day and a half. Like my dad wasn't there. You know what I'm like, yeah, like she had to go through a lot by herself. And so, but all that to say, all the struggle that she endured and everything that she put aside for us to facilitate her growth, can you imagine everything you do, but eventually being able to admit to yourself that what we're doing now is not enough and have to accept the help of another woman in your life?
Well, I don't know if she even declined it for that. Probably also that.
I don't know if it's pride or if it's
familiarity. She knows
Maybe.
Lorain, Ohio.
Yeah, and it's tough to kind of, but she's not from here. She's from like New York.
Yeah,
That's
but
where
I'm saying, but she settled at Lorain.
Yeah, because we had family here. And so she brought me out of New York, which is definitely a worse environment where she was living.
Yeah.
To here, which is definitely like it's trash, but it's safe. Compared to New York,
especially where we live in Cleveland. We live in Cleveland,
at least in Lorain where I was,
stress.
it was safer than like. But that was the first because we had family out there, and then we moved here, and now we're in like nicer neighborhoods and stuff, and so we live pretty well. But like, but still, I couldn't imagine how tough it'd be for her to be like, you know what, you're right, I do need help to reset that little bit, because it's tough for someone to accept that. Like I couldn't, like she did that around the age that I am now. I'm talking like 29, 30.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. Like you're 30 now. I'm 28. You're 30. Could you imagine now being like, yo, I have to go live with my parents and bring all your girls' kids, all of them, and be like, I couldn't do it on my own. You see what I'm saying?
I would feel bad for her too. So I'd be like, I couldn't do it.
This is imagine for her
sake. I got to figure this out.
You know what I mean? Imagine for her sake. Like we can't do it on our own. It's just because we've been doing it so long on our own. You know, I moved out at 21. You were out at 16.
Off and on, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's a whole other story for another day. But like, that type of, and that's just us as men. You know, imagine
grinding.
a woman doing it on her own for so long. I couldn't imagine how tough it is to actually be able to be like, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna accept your help.
That's my problem. I couldn't.
Exactly.
I couldn't.
It's tough for me to,
because I'm prideful.
I just asked my stepdad for like I don't ask my family for favors. The only thing I ask my mom is advice.
Yep.
You know, I don't ask for anything else other than advice. Like, Mom, I don't know what to do in this. Like, just talk me through this.
Advice is priceless, though.
Advice is priceless, but I don't ask for like
things.
favors or anything. I've never asked for money. It's just not who I am because I've been able to handle a lot of things myself. But I had to ask my stepdad for help the other day because my car needed to jump in the parking lot of Walmart, and it's like freezing cold outside, and I feel extremely uncomfortable asking strangers
really
for help.
Oh, I've done that.
I'm so because it's also freezing. It's 6 degrees outside.
Yep, I did that at George's Kitchen one time. I asked George himself, the owner of the company. I was like, "Can you jump my car?"
I tried going in and ask the officer inside, but they're not allowed because and I get that. I'm like, but like that's the only person I felt comfortable enough to like ask. Because I don't want to go around.
Safe.
Yeah, I don't want to go around harassing people in the parking lot. Because what if they're busy? It's like I don't want to be that guy. I just feel super. So I called my mom. Didn't pick up. She's probably asleep by that time. It was a little late. I called my stepdad. He picks up. I was like, yo, can I ask for a favor? Like I need to jump. And it's so hard for me to like do stuff like that. But like that's I can depend on him. He's like, yeah, give me a few minutes. I'm on my way.
That's kind of dope.
So he shows up. And he's like, yo, Nazi, you never, ever ask me for favors. So I'm going to show up regardless, but you never ask me. And the one time you do, it's 6 degrees outside. It's cracking on me.
He's like, you didn't get your battery looked at before it was cold? Oh, that's awesome.
It's funny, but like I can understand. And that's a small favor I'm asking. And that was uncomfortable for me to ask. This is her taking in her 2 kids who aren't hers. Like, like now my grandma, like we're fully claimed. That's my family. But at the time they were only together 2 years.
Oh, and they lived in a different city.
Whole different city. So and it's like, hey, come, I don't care. This is a better option for you and your family.
Your grandma's also a G too.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy.
Yes. And so these 2 women made a decision a long time ago to move us from that city to here for us to be able to have more opportunity out here and better schools, better education, better environments.
All the way.
And that one decision changed my life for the better. So these 2 women I hold at the utmost esteemed and sacrificed for themselves because me and my brother shared a room in my grandma's. Like we shared her room, so because they had the attic room, and me and it was big enough where they put 2 extra mattresses on the floor, and we slept in the same room as them for like 3-4 months, however long it took my mom to
find a place.
Yeah, she got a place. She like got her income tax, put the deposit down, and we were out. We didn't mooch, She made it as quick as possible, but that was a tight house. She took in a whole family of 4.
Is it where she still stays at?
No. Okay. This is I remember the house. It's not far from here actually, but
okay.
And every time I drive past it, I'm always thinking about it, But because I drive past it pretty often.
That's what I do on a couple of the houses.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to live on the east side. Anytime I go anywhere near her house, I always make a detour.
Mm-hmm.
See the old
drive
house,
past. Yep. 100%.
And then my other grandmother lived on 41st. So when I used to go to church, every once in a while, it would be like once a month, I would drive a couple minutes out the way just to drive up the street, see the old house, and be like, oh, they did this, and then drive off.
Mm-hmm.
My childhood house got torn down, actually, over there on 49th. That was pretty crazy. I was dating Shatai, just started dating Shatai, and I drove down 49th, and I looked, and I'm like,
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like some houses I don't care about.
Yeah, but that one had a lot of good memories. So I
would feel a little sad about
like,
that.
Remember when I talked about my favorite gift?
It was at that house.
So when I looked at it, I said, like a part of me like hurt.
Feels like it, yeah.
Yeah, it hurt. I don't know why.
I'll say now, most of my schools are torn down. Every school I went to has been torn down.
My schools are stated, but they're no longer in existence.
Oh, like,
okay. Wait, yeah, Ascension, West Park, yep. Marshall, kinda. Marshall got torn down and rebuilt.
Okay.
And
got a spiritual successor, kinda. But it's not the same. It's not the same.
Schuler looks
Mine
good.
weren't rebuilt. They were just like, nope, that doesn't exist anymore. A bunch of my schools.
Oh, I know. I live by one of your own schools,
yeah,
right?
one of them. Yeah, but it's like 4 different schools I went to.
But that was a massive school, so you would have never thought that would get torn down.
It was a huge school. Our graduating class was like 300, and they still tore that thing down and said, you know what?
Let's get this thing to the studs. And then,
we're going to make kids go even further.
Yeah.
I live 2 miles from that school. If the new school I would have to go to if I was still in school would be like 3.5 miles away.
Oh, yeah, because you would have to go up the street and behind the shopping center.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyways, but yeah, so that decision, that sacrifice that they took of pride, ego, control, whatever it is, that's hard to make a decision like that.
Hard reset.
And because we would hate it if we had to be put in that position.
Oh, heck no. I couldn't go back in that position.
Yeah.
Just couldn't.
But obviously, you haven't been tested.
Yes.
And if it came down to it, if your kids, if they were right and said this is actually the best thing for your kids,
It would be hard for me to swallow.
oh, it'd be tough.
It would be hard
And
for
I'd
me to
hope that
swallow.
I'd have the strength to be able to do that
Yeah,
too.
I don't know if I would. I don't know just because
I'm not that strong.
I really ain't. Because I would be like, I can figure this out.
Yeah.
I'll make this work. I'll make this work. Even though if I'm just barely scratching by, I'd be like, I'll make this work.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. That would be I get that's definitely the right decision.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if I can make that.
In
right
hindsight, is
decision.
very much so. But that decision that them two made together and led me to be in all the positions I have now. And so I look at that sacrifice that they've made, and I hold that extremely dear, and I'm hoping that that's the lessons I can pass down to Jolene, that although me and my daughter's mom aren't together, that regardless of what's going on, regardless of how I feel about certain things, shut up, work together,
and figure it out.
figure it out, what's best for her. Put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and what's best for her. And even if you disagree, sometimes trusting that someone else may know a little bit more at that point,
Yeah.
And so that's the lesson I was taught, that my mom taught me. That's the lesson I'm using that now in her, and hopefully she understands that, to take it for the next generation.
No, that's real good.
Yeah.
And that's a hard lesson to take.
And sacrifice isn't always like moving. Like, there's different types of
There's
sacrifices.
small and big ones.
Yeah, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's security, sometimes it's
Sometimes it's
mental.
your time. Sometimes it's just
sacrifice your time for sure.
Just
so,
your time.
yeah, extremely grateful, Mom. Thank you very much.
And every
Grandma.
time I hear a story about your mom, obviously I become a bigger and bigger fan of her.
she's your
awesome.
biggest fan. Like, she doesn't even care about me on the show.
I'm her biggest fan.
Yeah.
That's what it really
It's
is.
like-
Because I hear stories.
I swear, it's like number
Every
one
time.
is Jolene,
Jolie.
right? I'll rank you guys right now. It's like Jolene, then like my brother.
Yeah, the one that calls often.
Yeah, the one who calls all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Just a good son.
Yeah. Then I'm like, she'd say, like, obviously she'd put me, but like sometimes I feel like, maybe it's her husband. He's a good man.
Real good man.
I love him to death. Steven than me.
I'm telling you, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of her. Oh man! Even before I've ever met her, I loved her because you would tell me stories, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's a solid woman." Like
Yeah, she's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
So truly blessed for that, and that's the lessons that I was taught, and I'm hoping to push forward that sacrifice, that you put everything aside for your kids.
I think so. Staying on that same topic, I think when it comes to the number one value that I was held was that I was taught, not shown because my parents weren't the greatest with it, but the value of $1, like making things stretch, making it figure out. Don't get me wrong; they've always somehow made it stretch and made it figure out. I also, by seeing what we were going through, because we grew up pretty broke, like you said, not the poorest, but far from the richest. But I got to see day to day on how we would spend money, and I'm like, and now like growing up, being like, hey, I'm not gonna spend it on this. Like always worrying about this and that, because even as a young child, because I feel like this goes to a lot of people. Growing up in poverty, like being a poor family, financially, you're more aware even as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that my parents were like arguing or doing this or doing all that, but you can just feel it. You can see.
Feel the tension in the air.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. Yeah,
so,
I noticed that within my mom too.
And I feel like that's something when you grow up in it, you're more aware of it.
Real quick, have you ever seen like your parents like cry over like they're not sure they can pay a certain bill?
I've seen them stress tremendously about it.
Yeah.
My dad taught me very young, crying gets you nowhere. Like that's why I struggle till this day. That when someone cries in front of me, I have a hard time figuring out what to do.
My mom did cry, but I feel like that's also taught me that it is okay to kind of let it out and stuff. But also, after she was done crying, she got back to work.
She's like, put the balloons back on.
Yeah, let it have your moment.
Yep.
Let it go. Don't be ashamed that you feel a certain way. But then bounce back. We got kids that need your help. We got kids that need food. Bounce back.
My dad is talk about it. Talk about it.
Okay.
We don't need to cry about it.
Okay, so you're
Talk
still not
about it.
bottling it.
Yeah.
That's still good.
And then he would like figure, and then like my dad was also really good at not giving straight up advice. He would just be like, figure it out. You got this. Like, honestly,
But you're right, because you have to come to your own conclusions. You got to figure it out yourself. And if you start at a young age, okay.
And he would give you some advice.
Yeah.
But most of the time, he was like, you can figure this out. You got this.
He trusts you.
Yep. Or he just knows that even if he gives me advice, there's a lot of times I didn't take any advice. I was
Why even try with this guy?
Why? He's gonna hit his head. He'll figure it out. He's gonna figure it out.
If I put bumpers on that table, he'll hit the other table.
Yeah. But it helped me now in life because of just the things that I see and build and all that. Because the multiple times he would be like, he'd show me once and he'd be like, okay, you got this. And then like putting stuff together, taking stuff apart. He'd do it once and he'd be like, you got it. And then from that point on, I'd be like, Dad, my TV's not working. He'd be like, did you see if it was plugged in? Yeah. Did you see if it was hooked up? Yeah. Da 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 da. He'd be like, you got this, figure it out. And then I'll rerun it and figure out like, oh, I missed this spot.
You could have answered it yourself. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
So that was moments where he was great at. But honestly, seeing them stress about money and bills when I got older, I was like, that's what I'm going to first pay every time. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but all the bills are going to be paid. Mm-hmm. And I've done it for many years, great job at it. So where it's bills, I'm not really stressed about.
It's a blessing, bro. So we've been blessed in that sense.
So, but like I said, I think that was a huge thing. Also, another very big lesson is my moral system. Mm-hmm. They play a huge part in that. Same with my family, because anything that is deemed good by you. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like the lessons I was taught and the things something that my dad showed every day was hard work. I can't tell you a time where my dad wasn't working crazy hours. Also just doing extra. He would come home and be like, oh, okay, this needs to be fixed. Okay, this needs to be done. This has to be done. This has to be done. He showed me every day by example of how to be a provider. And then my mom always showed me just be good to people. There's so many times I'm like, Mom, why don't you lose your temper? Like, just say something back. And my mom's like, no. And my number one thing my dad always used to say is, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So so it's always something that stuck with me. So I try never to lose my anger.
Is your dad the type to?
Oh no, he's angry, but he knows how to put on a professional front.
Okay.
Like, so he's good at controlling it to a point.
Yeah.
But my mom, I'm saying even at home, she was even heel. That's how I am.
Level-headed.
She because of her.
Yeah, I see that, bro. Because I don't really see you lose your cool too often.
No, if I lose my cool, it's for a split second, and I get right back to level-headedness.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, all
right, I'm good.
Like, I'll throw everything on the ground, and then I'm like, okay, pick it up.
Just pick it up. It doesn't belong down there.
But that's how it is. It's just I've learned to be level-headed. I'm still argumentative, because they also taught me to fight for what you believe in. Yeah. So, right. But that's also a problem.
But I don't think you're the type to.
I'm not yelling in an argument.
No, yeah.
I'm just constantly talking my facts.
Yeah.
And then I still, if you don't agree with my facts, I don't care. I just know you're wrong.
Can't fix stupid. They'll figure it out themselves.
Like, whatever.
That's your dad in you.
That is 100% him. So there's a lot of moral things that they taught me that I appreciate it, because I see how people walk every day and treat others, and it's like, that's something you're taught. It's not something that you just, because I feel like everybody that's born is born me. And you're taught, no, you. Like, you're taught to care for others. And I feel like my empathy, even though I suck with tears, man, my empathy still is really good because I was shown it. Yeah. Also, growing up in church. So my moral system between the Bible and all that also sticks in line. But I like the person that I am. I've always been genuinely me. I've been 100% me. That's something I want to teach my kids always. I want them to be able to be comfortable in their skin, be comfortable being them. And that's honestly what matters to me. So I wish I could teach them that. But going on something I wish I was taught, that my parents didn't really harp on, but I'm harping on my kids a lot, is taking school serious. Um, I want them. I know we were taught when we were kids that go to college, pick what you want to work, you'll have a good job, you won't da da da, and that's all kind of not true. But there's still so many opportunities there are to those people that are in college and finish college and all that that I just don't have. And I pay bills with hard, like working with my hands and back and sacrificing my time. And like, that's how I work now. I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to be me. I want them to use their brain. I want them to be at 40 and still feel 100%. I want them.
Because you're weak at 30.
Dude, 30, I'm falling apart. Look at my eye. But I'm saying I don't want them to pay. I don't want them to pay to be a grunt worker. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be mad at them for it. Like, I make really good money, so I'm not saying that I'm like, woe is me. But I want better for my kids.
Of course.
And I want them to be better than me. So I want them to focus on school. Because even if they don't want to be something like what I do, or they want to be something like I do, there's a way better way to go about it. You could be on the paper side, not actually in the street putting your life on the line.
Or they can be running their own business and doing stuff rather than
their own
being
business.
the worker.
And that's what I want them to be.
So they can use their hands, but think bigger.
Yeah, I do. I want them to be way bigger. And I tell them every day, I get paid a lot of money because I put my life on the line every day. I don't want you to do that.
What I want our kids to see is not just, I don't want them to accept a good life.
Agreed.
Because we have good lives.
Yeah.
And I think our parents worked too hard, sacrificed too much for us to just kind of be like, all right, I'm going to be comfortable for the rest of my life.
Crazy thing is, they sacrificed a lot. And then we are one step above them.
Yeah.
And now I want my kids not just to be one step.
Yeah.
I want them to pick the life they want to.
To be honest, I don't even want to be one step ahead. I'm trying to be like 4 steps ahead.
But I'm saying right now we are one.
That's
step
where we
ahead.
are now.
We're just
what we're doing at our age, our parents couldn't imagine.
Yes,
and the things that we're able to do,
and we grind for it, and
we work hard, of course.
And they worked hard too, but they gave us a better foundation than where they started.
Of course,
our foundation is a pretty solid foundation.
I take pride in being a piece of this. Like our family castle, family like citadel that we're building.
The citadel.
I'm just like another foundational piece,
and
on which our kids will kind of build on top of and keep growing up every generation.
But I want them to put on so many brakes that it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I want them to be, even if they're not rich. Even if they're not rich,
it's not about
I want
being
them
rich,
to be the happiest version of them.
Yeah.
I want them to, when they have kids, to not miss a single moment. I want them to play their cards right, where they're not, hey, I'm sorry I won't be able to make that game because I have to be at work.
Have to be at work.
Like, no, I want them to be like, hey, I'll be there early.
Yeah.
So like
early. I'm the coach.
I'm the coach. I'm there every
dream.
step of the way. And that's what I want them to be. I want them to live a life that when they look back, they're like, that's what I've dreamt of.
Yeah.
Like, I know every kid wants to be a football player, or baseball player. Like, everybody wants to be it, or something of that nature where you're seen. But I want them to, even if they miss that goal. Because if they can make it, I want them to.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can't, and they want to be, they're like, their second option is engineer or this or that, and they live a comfortable, extremely comfortable life where they're not missing anything for their kids, not missing anything for the family, not missing anything whatsoever, and they're extremely happy.
Yeah. I
want that to be their foundation. I want them to be like my next generation, my grandkids' foundation, to be even better than what I started with and what the kids started with.
Basically, what we want is for our kids to never stop chasing those heights.
Yes.
And I think the best way we can teach them that lesson
is going for ours.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the show's about, guys.
Yeah.
No matter how busy we are, We're gonna chase a silly dream of trying to be huge content creators, podcasters.
Some people might think we're chasing our tails, but I feel like we're chasing something bigger. And if we never reach it, I hope
I'd rather die
takes
trying than accept less.
Yep. And like I said, I've seen some podcasts when they were first started, and to see them now where there are millions of views, it's like,
it's all right.
It could be us.
Our time will come. If it's not 2026, 2027. Either way, we enjoy doing this, so we're not going to stop.
Yeah.
So
it's just like the Browns. Like,
no, there's no
next
hope.
Year.
There's no hope.
Always next year.
All right. This has been Now We're Dads. My name is Nazareth.
And my name is Steven.
And we're out.
Click. So is that an Alola or
Typhlosion?
Yeah, Typhlosion?
No, it's a Hisuian Typhlosion. It's from Legends Arceus. And so this is like a younger Cyndaquil.
But that's not
like wearing a cape.
Yeah.
Trying to imitate his ghost type father.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
My favorite's Marowak, the Alola Marowak.
It's pretty badass, yeah. With the blue flames and
it
stuff.
kind of almost proves that it's a Charizard without its fire being lit. Is it not? But the show me.
He's going right back towards it. Real side tangent, guys. He put the can on the floor because he's like, they're not sponsoring us. We're not going to give them some free advertisement to our 30 viewers.
30 viewers.
No free advertisement here. So it's on the floor.
I drank it, thank God.
And my dog's out here licking the can.
I drank the rest of it, so thank God.
A real quick side note that this will probably be at the end of the show, but my grandma watches the show, obviously. And she puts it on. She like watches nearly every episode, and she puts it on her living room TV, right? So she's watching us.
I love
and
her.
Obviously you could see Checo in the shot.
Yeah.
Right? And her dogs are obsessed with watching it as well. They both like stare at the TV and then get real excited when he Checo comes in the screen.
Like, yeah, that's my
And
homie.
they start like they go nuts. And I got pictures of it, proof that they're just staring at you on their TV, just staring, waiting for Checo to show up.
Come on, let the real star show up.
The real star show up. Like a sitcom, when the main star shows up on screen and then the crowd cheers. Yeah.
Like he's the Seinfeld.
The old sitcom. Well, they didn't have like a live studio audience, but like more like a Family Matters. You know what I mean?
Family Matters.
Yeah.
When Urkel.
We come on and everyone cheers.
Yes.
That's exactly the energy that he's getting
that's
from
awesome.
their dogs.
Awesome. Oh, that makes me so happy.
It's so cool.
What is that loud noise? Is that the heater?
My furnace.
Ah, I gotcha.
I will say the furnace doesn't get caught in the camera or the mics.
Good.
Yeah, the mini fridge does, so I have to unplug it before we record.
Yeah. Don't worry, baby. One day.
That thing be like, wah.
Randomly, too.
So there's a few episodes where I forgot to turn it off. So like, I'll try to edit it out as best as I can, but it's just there, and I'm like, I have to put out the episode. Like,
nope.
I'll learn next time. Like,
we'll get it the next one.
Speaking of which, this is the second episode in a row that I forgot to turn on all the background lights.
Oh, what the heck! I seen these lights on, so I didn't even think about looking behind me.
We were just talking about it.
Yep.
It's too late now. We're just gonna keep it going, and then I'll just
half episode just turn it on and be like, like it's one cut.